years of marketing experience, and you work with, iconic brands such as New Balance, Clif Bar, you mentioned Red Bull and Red Sox, and obviously the Dodgers as well. And I wanted to like just dive a little bit and, what were some of the key lessons that you learned about sports brand marketing that you would like to share, with the people listening?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great list of brands I've been fortunate to work for, and I think one of the things that really stands out is all of those companies are not
Right.
only selling a product, they're
Yeah.
really also selling a lifestyle. And
Mm,
I think that's really important for sports marketers or brand marketers, that people generally don't just get excited about your product. They get excited about trying to identify with the brand in some way. And
right.
whether that's wearing New Balance clothes or drinking a Red Bull, when you do that, it sort of says something about you as a person
Yeah.
and who you want to be.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the brand marketer's job to create an aspirational brand that people want to be a part of. And I think a lot of it starts with knowing who you are as a brand and what you stand for. And a couple examples from my career, and Red Bull, I think taught me probably arguably the most in my career. And everything they stood for was giving wings to people and ideas.
Right.
Really helping to make people's dreams come true. And everyone knows gives you wings, but that was the outward expression of who they were as a brand, who they are as a brand,
Yeah.
and what they stand for. And everything really flowed from that. So all the crazy stunts that they were doing weren't random. It was all in service of
Yeah.
that mission. And so
Right.
I think that that's really important for every brand to know, is who is it that we are, what do we stand for, and then
Yeah.
how do we make sure everything we do kind of follows through that lens.
Yeah, kind of like the core identity of a brand, and essentially the image that you have and want to portray to your audience, or consumers, or what it might be. And I think it's interesting, obviously, the examples you're bringing up. And if you wanted to talk a little bit deeper into the lifestyle approach from these brands, and perhaps cover some key examples that you've seen throughout your 20 years in there, like what were some things that you felt like have stand out, putting you a little bit on the spot here, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, not even necessarily just what I've done, but to take that Red Bull example a step further of giving wings, I
Yeah.
mean, they sent someone, down from space, and someone jumped from space, right? And that was making that person's dream come true. There wasn't even an energy drink, I think, shown in that project overall, and many
Right.
millions of dollars spent, but it was in service of that. And
Yeah.
same thing. They built Sean White a private half pipe to
Right.
train for the Olympics,
Right.
all to help his dreams come true, right? And
Yeah.
to give him wings. So those are some good, I think, examples there. As it relates to New Balance, New Balance stands for being fearlessly independent, and they really
Mm,
have an independent spirit. It's the only privately held independent major athletic company. And I
right.
think to stay within the sport example, they really partner with athletes and properties that also have that independent spirit. And I think you're seeing now an athlete like Coco Gauff, who's young and
Mm,
kind of doing things differently, and a lot of people say will be the new face of tennis.
right.
She really has that independent spirit. And so finding the right ambassadors to fit with you is another
Yeah.
good one. Clif Bar, all about adventure, right? And feeding
Right.
people's adventure, both
Yeah.
with the product and nutrition, but also that aspirational outdoor lifestyle. And so, you see the rock climber on their packaging, and very involved in mountain biking and rock climbing and
Right.
surfing, and making sure that where the brand shows up very much fits with sort of who they stand for and who they're going after from a
Right.
target consumer.
Yeah.